First and foremost, I'll give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Al-Shai, Ba'ashem Al-Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. And salute honors to you brothers out there preaching his word, sincerity, and truth. Alright, I was up here scanning Zero Hedge website, came up with this article. Article has to do with biblical prophecy. Alright. It's entitled, Iran Needs Guarantee from Biden, U.S. Won't Ditch Nuclear Deal Again. Alright, if you know biblical prophecy, you know Iran, which is called Persia in the Bible. They're a pivotal part in this third world war that's coming up. All right, in their future, and this World War III is the war to end all wars. All right, and it will be ended by a thermonuclear war. All right, which this thermonuclear war is going to destroy America. All right, all of America. Okay, which is Great Babylon. Sodom and Egypt. All right, Rome, all the pagan empires rolled into one. That's America, Great Babylon. All right. So continuing on with this article, the Biden administration wants to wrap up a restored nuclear deal in Vienna prior to the newly elected Iranian president taking office in August. But naturally, Tehran is now looking for a guarantee that the U.S. won't back out again as it did under Trump just 3 years after the initial 2015 JCPOA was struck. Well, I don't know why they're looking for a guarantee from Great Babylon. They don't know Esau is a liar. All right. Say he put forth. What was the scripture say? He put forth his hand to be at peace with thee. But it was drawn swords. All right. So Esau is going to renege on every promise that he made. Man, that's just his nature, man. All right. Just like he broke every last treaty with the so-called Native Americans, which are Israelites. All right, you Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right. And all the, what's that, it's slipping my mind. All those, those pacts, that's not the word, but those pacts Esau made with the Gadites, or the so-called Native Americans. All right, Gad is the one of the tribes of the nation of Israel. All right, Esau broke every last pact they made, man. All right, but continuing on with this, as talks continue undeterred in Vienna, even after the closely scrutinized Iran election last Friday saw an ultra-conservative candidate win in a landslide, also as a Guardian Council prevented a number of reform candidates from running. Iranian negotiators have said that central among serious issues being raised is a guarantee from the U.S. that it won't exit the accord and reimpose sanctions on the Islamic Republic again in the future. All right. And I watched the video last night. These Iranian citizens. It's over there in Iran. It's hyperinflation. They're in a state of hyperinflation. Due to those sanctions that the U.S. put on them. All right. So Iran is catching hell. That's why they don't want no more U.S. sanctions. That's why they're trying to basically agree to a deal, man. So the U.S. can lift those sanctions off of them. But it ain't going to happen. All right. Why? Because let me get, I had Ezekiel 38. I'm going to go back to that. Zephaniah 3. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. That's the Lord's talking to his elect. All right, the elected nation of Israel, man. Until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations. All right, and Iran has been that pivotal nation that's going to get this World War III, on and popping. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation. And what the Lord is going to assemble these different kingdoms and these armies, governments. They're going to be positioned in the Middle East to fight this World War III. All right. Okay, to pour upon them my indignation, the Lord's anger. All right. Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Okay, so that's the Lord's determination, man. It's to gather these nations in the Middle East to destroy them, man. All right. Let me go back to this article. Iran, did I read that? Okay. Iran's lead negotiator, Abbas Araghchi, spelled out in the weekend statements we need guarantees that gives us assurances that a repeat of these sanctions and exiting the nuclear deal, as the past U.S. government did, won't happen again. And what assurance is that? What assurance is that? Because Esau, he reneges on every promise he makes, man. And these retards don't understand that. These Iranians. President Trump broke the Obama-era deal in May 2018 through the very last weeks in office, slapped an unprecedented amount of sanction on Islamic Republic oil, banking, auto, and other vital sectors, including on military commanders, on the other top officials. Yeah, Trump did it, but he did it because he was following orders from the elites. The elite bankers that basically rule this society, man. And the bankers want to set up a central bank in Iran. And Iran ain't, they're not playing ball, man. Araghchi warned that the lack of such a guarantee that the world won't see a repeat of a Washington unilateral exit and reimposition of sanctions is needed, or else a return to the deal won't be possible. Let me read this tweet. Raisi says he's not ready to meet up with the U.S. presidents to discuss the issues between the countries. A clear and chip no speaks for itself. He is sticking very closely to Khamenei's views and should be a warning shot to the U.S. The United States and the EU should fulfill their pledges under the deal, Rossi urges as a press conference in Tehran. All right. But, yeah, you basically get the point. Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. All right. And said, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. All right. If you look on the ancient map, type it in Google, these names, Gog, Meshach, and Tubal, you can see, and Magog. You notice that that's the ancient lands were Russia and Turkey. All right. So that's what it's talking about. So the Russians, all right, are basically going to be, a part of this World War III, and China, NATO and the EU, America, Iran, Israel, the land is those Amalekites, those Israelis over there. All right, they're all gonna be coming at their gonna be a part of World War III, and that goes back to Zephaniah 3 and 8, what I just read. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed, all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. All right, the modern day sword is the gun. So the Russian military is going to be suited and booted, man. Persia, which is Iran. All right, Iran changed its name from Persia. Persia changed its name to Iran like in the 1930s. Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them were shielded Hammett. So these countries are going to fight along with Russia. All right, and Turkey. Gomer and all his bands, the House of Togomar North Quarters, all his bands and many people with them. China's going to be involved too, because Russia and China, that's like, essentially, that's like Asia, all right? So China is going to be involved, the Moabites, North Korea, South Korea, all them nations, man. All them nations with, the military, they all gonna be up in World War III, man. All right, and a lot of things are gonna be happening. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So the Lord is saying Russia is gonna be a guard unto these smaller nations. All right, especially Iran. All right. Because Iran, they're gonna, you're basically, building these nuclear weapons, and that's scaring the shit out of Israel over there, those Israelis. So when they come to a point of, they're in their percentage of uranium to build their nuclear weapons, the Israelis, they're going to act because they don't want to get blown up by them Iranians, them Persians over there, man. All right, so the Lord is making moves, man. All right, just a World War III update, okay? Let me read this last paragraph here. And separately, Iran's foreign minister issued a statement on status of Vienna negotiations, saying we have reached a clear text on all the issues, and what remains required the decision of all parties. Is not unlikely that the next round of talks would be the last. So they're just basically stalling out, Also, it's a nuclear arms race. So the Lord, in Revelation 9, the Lord is preparing these nuclear missiles. There's going to be 200,000, which is 200 million missiles, man. All right. And those missiles are going to be used. So we're in that time of World War III. So that's pretty much all I got, Lord. Was edifying. Shalom.